Ladies and gentlemen, the first man to build 21-inch biceps, drug-free.
My friends, I'm very sad today, and those of you who know me, which it's minuscule compared, and most of you don't know me, so that's beside the point. But my friends, I'm very sad today because one of the great bodybuilders of the last 30, 40 years is Larry Scott, that just died at the age of 75. And my dear friends, you cannot relate to it. Younger people cannot relate to it. But I can relate because, my friends, there's nobody on YouTube that's had the experience that I've had, the years of experience that I had, and have up to the day. And it breaks my heart. We're like a family, my friends. It's a clique. It's such a connection with each other. I beat the steroid age, my friends, because I got injured at a very young age when I was just getting ready. I was on a roll. And I got in this terrible motorcycle accident that severed my ankle. I could no longer compete. My arms weren't 21 when I was competing. It became 21 after I got hurt. So a lot of people don't understand. It was about 19 or more before I got hurt. But I kept training, but I couldn't compete any longer. And I avoid the steroid era because there was no need to lift, to take them. It was none, I wasn't competing. But I realized what you could do without them. But in any case, Larry Scott wasn't a good friend. We weren't close. And all the years he was training, must have met maybe, say, 8 or 9 times. But you don't have to see each other every day to be in the fraternity. You see him once in your lifetime, you're still in that fraternity. When you haven't seen a bodybuilder that's of note, when you meet him, it's like you know them all your life because it's that feel you have, that drive you have. And it breaks my heart, my friends, because I watch him evolve from a really nondescript, skinny bodybuilder into a fantastic body with those huge arms done from what they call the preacher curls. Not, you don't get a peak, but you get a huge arm. I hadn't seen him or heard him, or the last time I saw a picture of him, he was a skinny, very lean, nothing to think of. Then all of a sudden I saw how his body is filled out and everything. And I said, my God, steroids or something was like astounding to me. But my friends, all of these fellas that were in the steroid era, none of them made 75 because it destroys you. And the thing that it destroys is your heart. The heart goes, these guys got triple bypass, quadruple bypass, quintuplet bypasses. It destroys the muscles of the heart. I don't know why, but that's what happens. And I'm telling you, my friends, a lot of the bodybuilders that most of you don't even know, all of you, a lot of you are just on the latest guys. You don't remember all the bodybuilders that I remember, what I grew up with, and how they died prematurely. And I consider anything under 80, not over 80, not for bodybuilding, my friends. See, because bodybuilding is for health, my friends. We never was unheard of drugs and all these steroids. It was just unheard of. All we knew, you eat plenty of protein and train hard. The bodies were very distinct. You never had to ask a guy what he was on because there was nothing to be on. We knew when we saw a guy with a well-built body, it came from eating good and training hard. What broke my heart is because Larry is a terrific, beautiful guy. He got sick. I mean, he died at 75, but he was sick quite a while before he died. And he also had Alzheimer's. It's so distressing to me. I haven't gotten over it because he's a beautiful guy. And to see what it did to him, and it killed him so prematurely, I'm in mourning. I just see my friends peeling off before me. Now that doesn't mean I'll be around forever. I mean, I know my days are numbered too. I'm up there. But I never thought I wouldn't have all my friends and all the bodybuilders I knew there with me. Sergio Oliva, Dennis Tenorino, all these guys gone. That's not supposed to happen. We're training for health. And I see this around me. And you know, I'm an expert on bodybuilding, my friends. I'm going to tell you something. There's nothing anybody could tell me about bodybuilding. But that doesn't trigger my brain. I'm into the mind, I'm into the body. And what bodybuilding is physical, learning and getting your mind to take in more information is ongoing. You know, I can't go any further than bodybuilding. I know it. I started bodybuilding when I was 10. I grew up with bodybuilding. And I see how it's destroying now this Rich Piana. I'm going to do a video on him. He's out of breath sitting down, not exerting himself. His heart is laboring. And I hate to tell you this, I'm sort of terrified. I said, Kenju, you can't go like this. Your body's talking to you. He's all swollen up with all the latest drugs. But for what? The price he's going to pay. It makes me so sad. And I was so sad for Larry when I heard he was sick and I heard he was going to dementia, which was years ago. He didn't just die all of a sudden. His whole system broke down. And it pains me. And I'm really in pain now. I'm really in pain. I feel so sad because he was such a nice guy, great personality. And to see him go so soon, and when you break it down, what for? Now, you know, my friends, I can understand these competitive athletes. They would never be taking synthol on it because it serves no purpose but to blow you up and make you look, you know, make people look at you. They wouldn't take. But they take the drugs to improve their performance for money. Bodybuilders overdose on those drugs so they look in the mirror and make a pose or strut around a stage. That's a hell of a price. They're not training for longevity. They're not training to build their bodies for health. They're training to look freaky and killing their hearts. And my friends, that's what it kills, the heart. Danny Padilla, all these fellas that maybe you don't even know of, but they were top guys. All their hearts go on them. The hearts break down. Somehow it affects the muscles of the heart. And I'm just sad to look back and see the guys that were, you know, phenomenous, you know. And I tell you one thing, my friends, anybody interested in keeping well and taking care of their bodies, my friends. But I tell you one thing, my friends, the best thing ever happened to me was I got hurt in my early 20s and couldn't compete any longer. I'm not sitting here like I'm Mr. Moral list and I wouldn't have taken them. I didn't know any different. I mean, I wanted to compete and I was at the top of my game. I was coming up there. If you go to my website, LeroyCoba.com, and click on my story, and I'll tell you what happened to me. When I got hurt, I thought it was the end of my life, but it was the beginning. Because I went into business very well over 50 years. Bodybuilding is the foundation of everything for me. But my heart, I don't want to come, my heart's bleeding for Larry because he's a terrific guy. and he paid a hell of a price of I would consider dying prematurely. We should make at least 80, at least. And all my friends that I grew up to and admired their bodies didn't make 80. Went early in the 70s, some in the 60s. And the heart is the thing that goes. These guys are getting, as I said before, quadruple, quintuplet bypasses because of the closing of the arteries. So I just want to just say I'm sad about it, and there's nothing I could do about it, and this is the trend. The trend now is to look and find things that'll make you as freaky as possible. But my friends, it's like taking cocaine or any one of those drugs. You'll pay a price. You're not gonna. I haven't heard of any bodybuilders overdosing and dying at the point. It's a slow death. Heroin and all that kind of stuff will kill you on the spot. The drugs we take, we bodybuilders take, which I, of course, we bodybuilders. I'm a bodybuilder, but retired one. It's a slow killer. And I just wanted to let you just give it across because I'm sad. I'm really sad. It's sad because I knew him. It's like almost like family, And well, that's my take, and I just want you to know. And I want you fellas that are young and watching these new guys and emulating them, please decide what you want to emulate. A nice, strong body naturally, or a temporary body that'll put you in the graveyard before your time. Well, to be continued, my friends.
Wait a minute. Before you click away, I want you to subscribe, like, comment, hell, even dislike if you want to. At least do something before you get out of here.